This news update is brought to you by...
Say hello to Shanta. Shanta is an entertainer, but she also loves to be entertained, which is why she has Flow TV brought to her through Flow's 100% fiber to the home network. It's great for busy Shanta because she can control the time she watches her favorite shows, play back from the start in case she missed it, or even record with cloud video recording. And with her Flow services bundle, enjoys much more for much less. Visit any Flow retail outlet, call 1-800-804-2994, or visit discoverflow.co to find out more. One-of-a-kind connection. This is how we flow.
This is the Barbados Today evening news update for Friday, April 22nd. Thank you for joining us. I am Mary Claire Williams. The Barbados Union of Teachers has put the government on notice of industrial action if it does not meet with them by next Wednesday to deal with pressing issues facing teachers. BUT President Pedro Shepherd spoke to the media following a near 4-hour-long meeting with members this afternoon.
We are asking the ministry to understand the climate that exists in Barbados. The climate is a bit charged at this moment. We are going to ask the ministry to convene a meeting of all the teachers and any other stakeholders in education that they may wish to have at this meeting. Social workers they can bring the police, they can bring whoever they want to this meeting. But we have to have a meeting where teachers can hear from the Minister of Education what his concerns are. Teachers can say to the Minister what their concerns are. We can look for solutions to take education forward and try to deal with all the issues in education. If that meeting does not come off by next Wednesday, Thursday is a holiday, and we are prepared not to venture out to work on Friday because we are not going to continue to push back these actions.
Meanwhile, the Barbados Secondary Teachers Union has hit back at the Ministry of Education for labeling this afternoon's meeting of the island's two main teachers' unions as industrial action. Union President Mary Redmond says the meeting was called to address serious issues affecting teachers, including the most recent case of violence against educators. She told reporters that the teachers have a right to meet and discuss any matter affecting them.
The ministry had better be careful what they wish for. But we see this tool for what it is, beyond that which what I've already said. It is a transparent attempt to ride on what they see as a present wave of negative public opinion against teachers as a result of the misinformation out there in relation to this student-on-teacher violence in the schools, most especially at Ellerslie.
Meanwhile, the union is maintaining calls for the expulsion of the Ellerslie Secondary School student who is accused of attacking a teacher recently.
Up until now, our position has been to try and keep a lot of the facts that we know in this case out of the media circus. I have had to speak, and I have had to speak based on the fact that the story was already out there. I had to put forward our union's position, and I had to speak on behalf of our member. And what I'm going to say today, I will still say with that foremost in my mind, that we are still protecting the child, and we are cognizant of the interest of any possible further legal action that may result in the matter. But I have to let you know, as members of this union, some facts about this case. Number one, the teacher maintains that she never struck that student.
In other news this evening, the Trimart supermarket chain is up for sale as a going concern as the Trinidad-based Ansa McCall prepares to pull out of the local food retail sector. Owners Ansa McCall Barbados Limited announced today that following a number of expressions of interest, a request for proposal is being issued regionally this week for the sale of the 3 supermarkets at Rendezvous Christchurch, St. Martin's St. Philip and Mile and a Quarter in St. Peter. President and CEO Nicholas Moutet says challenges with the construction of a new flagship store at Wildy were a factor in the decision. Government is reporting an estimated 30% savings on its fuel import bill for 2015 due to falling global oil prices. And one supplier of gasoline, diesel and LPG is reporting significant benefits from the low prices of crude. Between 2000 and 2008, oil prices witnessed exceptional increases, jumping from less than $30 to almost $150 per barrel. Finance Minister Chris Sinclair reported last night that government spent over $450 million on fuel imports last year. That's compared to the 2014 figure of more than $645 million.
It is expected that fuel prices on the international market may, and I say may, continue to experience downward pressure. And these are in relation to a number of factors, some of which can be identified as follows. The boom in the US shale oil market, sanctions being lifted on Iran, bringing an additional 1 to 2 billion barrels a day onto the market. Further, the international economy is currently adjusting with new economies or emerging economies such as China continuing to pull their economic output, while growth targets in other key emerging economies such as Brazil continue to slow or be missed over a period of time.
Sinclair also noted the need for a set national energy policy.
For example, while, as you know, government is focusing on increased penetration of renewable energy in the energy policy mix, it is still recognized that fossil fuels, for all of the sins they have said to have created in the world, for us and many others across the globe, is still the choice of energy for the powering and generation of electricity and transportation in particular. In this regard, you are no doubt aware that the island's electricity generation is fossil fuel based, with power generation representing the main use of fuel in the country, followed by transportation. The strategy for the energy sector, therefore, is one that recognizes all of these realities. And government has sought to address the issue of energy security in a pragmatic way by developing an energy mix that incorporates both renewables and fossil fuels.
The Finance Minister was addressing the 5th anniversary celebrations of Rubis last night. The UWI Vice-Chancellor, Professor Hilary Beckles, has been extending condolences to Ecuadorian students following last weekend's 7.8 magnitude earthquake. So Hilary says the Caribbean has been following the aftermath of the tragic incident that affected its neighbors, and they are concerned about those who have been left vulnerable, including the current students. And the university is keen to provide any assistance they need at this time. 129 students are currently enrolled in the Teach English Caribbean program at the UWI Cave Hill campus. In sports, the owner of Barbados Tridents, Vijay Mallya, has been fighting a legal battle to stave off creditors who are seeking to recover more than $1.4 billion from him following the collapse of his Kingfisher Airlines. The Indian businessman has been at the center of court proceedings, which has seen a consortium of banks trying to get him to appear in the Indian Supreme Court to deal with the matter of unrepaid debt. However, Mallya fled India last month and has not returned since. He is said to be currently residing in London.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
In news from the region, several CARICOM countries today signed the Paris Agreement on Climate Change, which lays out a global action plan to put the world on track to curb rising global temperatures. The Paris Accord was adopted by all 196 parties to the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change and the Climate Change Conference in Paris in December. Under the deal, all countries agreed to limit global temperature rises to below 2 degrees Celsius while aiming for a cap of 1.5 degrees. On the international scene, there is continued debate in the United Kingdom over its membership in the European Union as U.S. President Barack Obama encourages Britain to stay. We get more in this BBC report.
Senior White House staff have gone further. One said, "We believe that on the economic front, when it comes to commerce, when it comes to trade, when it comes to jobs, that the UK economy will be better off within the Union than if it leaves. And as a key economic partner, that's an issue of interest to the United States."
That's the news. Remember, there's more on our website, www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook. We're on Izumi Media in bus terminals and Screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. You can also tune into Channel 99 on Flow TV or Mix 96.9 FM for more news. I am Maricla Williams. Have a good evening.